You and One, Hunter's Obsession, a terrifying, true stalker account. The chilling, true story of Hunter's Obsession details one woman's terrifying descent into a stalking nightmare after a seemingly innocent dating experience. What began as a few dates with a man named Hunter quickly spiraled into a deeply unsettling and dangerous ordeal. The woman recounts how Hunter's behavior became progressively erratic and creepy as their brief relationship unfolded. This unsettling shift escalated dramatically when she attempted to end things with him. Hunter's response was not one of acceptance, but rather an aggressive and persistent pursuit. He began by following her home, an unnerving invasion of her personal space. His attempts to maintain control continued with a barrage of angry text messages, demonstrating his inability to accept her decision. The situation further intensified when Hunter started leaving flowers at her house, a gesture that, in this context, was far from romantic and instead signaled a disturbing level of obsession and disregard for boundaries. The ultimate violation came when Hunter broke into her home while she was present. This terrifying act of home invasion forced the woman to take immediate action, leading her to call the police. Fortunately, she was able to secure a restraining order against him, providing a crucial legal barrier to protect herself from his escalating harassment. Hunter, as obsession, serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk in dating, and the importance of recognizing and acting upon red flags when an individual's behavior becomes threatening and obsessive. 2. Boys will be boys? The disturbing true story of a 6th grade stalker. The unsettling, true account of the 6th grade stalker sheds light on a disturbing pattern of behavior that began at a shockingly young age, highlighting how early warning signs of stalking can be dismissed, often with lasting consequences. The story unfolds around a woman who recounts being targeted by a boy named Chris during their 6th grade year. The initial interaction seemed innocuous enough, stemming from their shared task of decorating for a school Halloween event. However, this seemingly innocent collaboration quickly took a dark turn when Chris, in a deeply inappropriate confession, declared his love for her via text. Upon her understandable rejection, Chris's behavior escalated from infatuation to outright harassment. He, along with his friends, began actively tormenting her. The threats became more direct and alarming, including a chilling instance where he threatened to kiss her. His intrusions into her personal life grew more pervasive. He left a note at her house, a clear breach of her privacy. Even more disturbing, he was caught taking pictures of her, an act that speaks to a predatory intent even at such a young age. The harassment reached its peak with Chris throwing rocks at her window at night, creating a constant state of fear and anxiety in what should have been the safety of her own home. Perhaps one of the most frustrating aspects of this narrative is the response from a school counselor. Shockingly, Chris's escalating and deeply concerning actions were dismissed with the antiquated and dangerous phrase, "Boys will be boys." This utter failure to recognize and address the severity of the situation allowed Chris's harmful behavior to continue unchecked, leaving the victim feeling unsupported and vulnerable. The narrator eventually found relief by blocking Chris, severing the digital connection. Years later, a disturbing update confirmed the dangerous trajectory of Chris' life. She heard he was arrested for unspecified reasons. This final piece of information underscores the critical importance of taking early signs of stalking and harassment seriously, regardless of the age of the perpetrator, to prevent potentially more severe outcomes in the future. The Kudu 6th grade stalker's story is a poignant reminder that stalking is not an adult-only phenomenon, and that dismissing such behavior can have long-lasting, detrimental impacts on victims. 3. Emily's escalation, when obsession turns violent. The chilling true story of Emily's escalation provides a stark warning about the terrifying progression of possessive behavior into outright violence. Shared by a man who describes himself as reclusive, his experience with a girlfriend named Emily began innocuously enough but quickly descended into a harrowing ordeal that culminated in a terrifying home invasion. Initially, their relationship seemed promising. However, Emily soon began to exhibit alarming signs of possessiveness. Her demands for location sharing, a seemingly minor request to some, became a tool of control, eroding his sense of privacy. This was compounded by her consistent habit of showing up uninvited whenever he was with friends, demonstrating a blatant disregard for his personal space and social life. These early red flags, often rationalized away in the early stages of a relationship, were in fact precursors to far more dangerous behavior. The victim's attempt to regain control and end the relationship, done via text, was met with an immediate and explosive reaction. Emily's response was not simply disappointment, but a violent outburst at his door, marked by banging and yelling. When he took the necessary step of blocking her to establish boundaries and escape her harassment, Emily's actions escalated to a terrifying degree. She broke into his house, a blatant and criminal invasion of his sanctuary. What followed was a nightmarish game of cat and mouse within his own home. He initially searched for her, finding no immediate sign, only to discover later that night that she had been hiding, emerging from his closet armed with a knife. This moment represents the pinnacle of her escalating obsession and the terrifying reality of his situation. In a display of incredible composure and quick thinking under extreme duress, the man managed to talk Emily down, eventually tackling her and holding her until the police arrived. His actions undoubtedly prevented a potentially tragic outcome. The story concludes with a crucial piece of information. Emily was eventually imprisoned for serious charges, a testament to the severity of her actions and the justice served for the victim. Emily's escalation is a harrowing account that underscores the importance of recognizing and acting on early signs of possessive behavior, as well as the potential for such fixations to spiral into extreme and violent acts.